Well, this save has just offered us the perfect opportunity to make history. We've got a very winnable tie and a chance to make the last 16 of the Champions League for the first time. We also will now show a domestic League Cup final against Linfield, and that battle continues to be enthralling. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 156 of this Build a Nation story, Lifting Spirits with me, Daniel. We are back today for our League Cup final against Linfield, the one that we normally have the most trouble in for some reason, and then a second leg of a Champions League knockout game, and it's against Derry City, a side we have faced so many times in qualifying, in the All-Ireland Champions Cup final, and generally we've got a pretty good recent record against. So this is a really winnable tie. We are 3-2 up after the away leg. So if you're looking forward to seeing if we can complete the job, who we get in the last 16 if we make it, and what else is going on in this save, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Of course, we've had deadline day since you were last here as well, albeit it had already been a very busy January when you last left me. And as you can see, the usual problem with a couple of injuries continues to be ever present. Linfield are still favourites for the league. They are 8 points behind with 9 points to play for in hand. But we have got them in a league coming up soon, and that could be crucial. For now though, fixture congestion is here. If you're looking forward to it, please do put a thumbs up on the video. But let's start off by having a look at the end of the transfer window and then at the schedule for what's been going on. Because you were with me as we had a very busy start to our January window. Tennant Harding came in on loan from Derry City. Of course, he won't be able to play in the second game today. Morgan Hassin finally joined after, 2 years of rumours about it. And Josip Vucinic, who is now back on loan at Osijek, is another one of those young stars of the future. In terms of outs, though, it was a quiet finish to the month. We did sell one young player to Shamrock Rovers. Mark Corish, a young goalkeeper, goes out and he's got a big sell-on clause as well. And Stuart Tomlinson, who played a few first-team games a couple of years ago, he's gone on loan to Warren Point, where he's now playing at this level. But he's not had a great year in his development. He's had a lot of injuries. And Warren Point, they've really regressed this year. So it could be a match made in heaven at the time. But let's go and have a look at the schedule. Because since you were here, we have picked up a few very good wins. One of them very narrow. One of them very enthralling. But let's be honest, we expected results and we got them. We bounced back from that 5-1 defeat against Newcastle with a 6-0 win away at Carrick Rangers. Tennant Harding did get his first for the club before Jordan Howard got two. Mark Scully did the same, and an own goal and a red card for Michael McKenna. That man had a bit of a desperate day, let's say, against us there. A 6-2 win against Linfield. Vladimir with two, Mark Scully with two, Cowan and Bird one apiece. Simon Brooks, our international backup, got sent off in that game too. But we did briefly get pegged back from 2-0 to 2-2, and it was the January signing for Linfield who did really well. So Derry City losing a star there. It almost cost us a cup final, but it definitely helped us 2 games later. First though, we beat Dungannon 3-0. That was in the Irish Cup second round. Scully, Elliott and Collier getting one apiece. And now as the fixture congestion really comes, we're going to have to rotate the squad. Against Derry City, we went first team. Scully got 2 early doors. Again, we were pegged back, but Vladimir got a third. And in the end, it was a 3-2 away win, which leaves us in a very good position for the home leg. And now it's about how we deal with fixtures, because with these games 4 days apart, I'm trying to edge the first team through to the Derry City game. Then, of course, we're going to have to rest everyone for that league game just 48 hours later. But it means we will have the first team for Linfield, if nothing else. And it is a bit of a difficult situation because the Champions League is going to come in again if we get through, probably destroy our schedule for March. And it is the period where we're going to be busiest. Linfield are going to be even busier though, because they're 3 games behind, and while at the moment technically we're a point behind in the title race, if we lose to them in a league it'll be 4. I do still feel confident in the fact that they have got greater fixture congestion to come and probably a slightly less deep squad in spite of not having injuries or now the European football. They lost 4-1 at home to Wolves in their final group stage game. They didn't get through, they weren't expected to. But it did pretty well to get a few results in that group, which wasn't the best one for them. So let's hope it's the next big push for Northern Irish football on the way. The only way to find out is to see if we can make history. The League Cup, not so much of a worry, other than the fact that Linfield do often cause us trouble in it. The big one, though, is going to be the Champions League. So we need to get through today without injuries, without problems. Even since midweek, we've lost Stephen Cowan. So let's just go and adjust our 11 here. We'll be back in a minute to run through it. Right then, this is what we've gone for today, and we've generally tried to protect people who have got a heavy match load that we plan to start in midweek. So you can see from the starting 11, only Lonsdale fits the heavy match load category, and he probably will be a sub come Wednesday. What we have done, though, is thrown in a few curveballs to this team. So Damien Dunn comes in on the right for the injured Cowan. The main reason for that is Elliot has got a heavy match load of 4 or 5 games and he's going to need to start on Wednesday. So we give him a complete rest. We need someone on the right. We've got Dunn, we've got Howard, we've got Missalidis. We'll be fine. We've also dropped out Miles Stow for the same reason. Harding won't be able to play against his parent club, so he starts today. Kyle Carr is on the bench if need be. He's been disappointing in the last few weeks and may well be off this summer if we keep Harding. And then other changes in the team, well, there's not a great deal to report. We've stuck with Lonsdale rather than Morgan Griffiths, but that will change if we're winning at the hour mark. And of course, we've gone for Morgan Hassan in goal, the former Linfield goalkeeper and the man who played in the last final. Morrison will come back in on Wednesday. But for now, this is the team we've gone for. I've not even run you through it. How unprofessional of me. It's Hassan in goal, Reid and Harding the fullbacks with Davis and Bird at centre half, Gash and Bayavang the midfield 2, Dunn and Vladimir out wide, and then Lonsdale behind Mark Scully up front. Just the 57 goals this year for him. Let's see if he can add to it on this occasion. As we close down Gavin Holmes. Is he starting? No, Kashif Beaton is on the bench. So we are trying to take advantage of the fact that they're probably not quite at full strength today. Maybe that will do us a little favour. Tony Hughes is through the middle. We've got 2 in the last final. Mackie was out injured for that one. He is back today. And that could be a huge warning shot for us. So let's go and get through into the first half. Linfield are playing a 4-3-3. Zachary was their big signing last summer. Martin's still part of our international setup. They've got a good first 11. And they've got 15 or 16 really good players. The problem in this league is you need about 24 when you're playing at the level we are. And they've only got a few less than that. So we are hopefully going to be the favourites. You can see we're dominating the stats early doors. But is the goal going to follow? 15 minutes gone. No sign of it just yet. We'll throw on the right-hand side for Linfield. 29 minutes. They've offered nothing going forward according to the stats. But the first highlight we're seeing is them on the ball. Is it going to be us winning it or them catching us out on the break? As Mackie cuts in from the right. Hughes has been put in. We've got our answer. And Hughes, after scoring 2 last time, has been accused of an awful effort by the commentary. He's put it wide. We get away with one. It's always the League Cup. I mean, this year generally, I know we had 1 in the league, but we beat them very comfortably in the last cup final. We beat them very comfortably in the league game near the start of the year, which I think was at Windsor Park. But this competition always seems to catch us out as Holmes has a shot blocked by Bird. And I know we just about got there last year, albeit it was close again. But this is the one where Linfield seem to be inspired, and I'm not sure what it is about the League Cup. As Reid carries the ball forward over halfway on the right. Has support down the line from Damien Dunn. The fresh legs in. 1-on-1. Damien Dunn just wide. Good football. Lovely work from Reid. But not quite in. Wrong side of the post. Linfield now ahead on the shot count at half time. And it remains 0-0. But we've got fans here who we need to make proud. And at the moment, we're struggling to do so. As Reid's got a free kick on halfway to Gash. Just a minute and a half gone in the second period. Bayavang switches to Harding, who probably is the surprise selection today. But he keeps the ball well there and finds Bayavang. Big ball through towards Vladimir. McPhee does well. Got to make the most of him, Vladimir. It's his last season at the club before he joins Liverpool. And barring a miracle, I don't think we'll ever see him back. As Dunn gets in behind Brooks. Sent off in the last final. And at fault for the opening goal in this one. Done in behind by Damien Dunn. And there's the advantage of fresh legs. A great finish into the corner. I mean, how many times have we said it this season? When he's been fit, he has been a superstar. That just hasn't been often enough. At the moment, he is the difference between us and Linfield. As Hughes, rather bizarrely, the star striker, is taking free kicks on the halfway line. Probably not the best use of his skills there. As Scully brings it away down the right-hand side. Nearly forgot his name mid-sentence. Back to Damien Dunn and Gash. Dunn making the run again. Scully making the move into the middle with Lonsdale. That's glorious. Goal and assist for Damien Dunn. He really has turned up again. Oh, if we can keep him fit a whole year. I mean, we are going to be some force because that boy is improving quickly. And even though Linfield have got the higher expected goals here, they've had the best chance of the game. We've seen it. We are 2-0 up. We are relatively comfortable. And I'm going to leave it 5 more before changes. This isn't about getting people on for a long time. This is about getting the job done. So now we're going to bring off Gavin Reid. He'll be replaced by Matthew Freeman. Another chance for the youngster to play in the final. Houston will come on for Gash. We're also going to go for, I think, Morgan Griffiths for Lonsdale. Vladimir's not had his best game. He'll be replaced by Misselidis. And Howard on for Scully up front. Because in that European game in midweek, Mark Scully is going to be the big man. We need him fit. We need him in form. But we've thrown away a 2-goal lead against Linfield before. And I do worry that we may get caught here. So a third would not go amiss as Howard gets in, deflects up and into the arms of Fry. No doing this time is straight to the arms of the keeper. And we're back at the other end with Linfield as Keith Martin gets it by the byline. Back to Brown. Crossing is poor, but Mackie gets there. Goalkeeper scrambling around all over the shop. And Morgan Hassing gets away with it in the end. A free kick has been given. I'm not sure what it was for. Foul, offside, whatever. But in the second half, you can see from the stats, we've turned it round. We've been the better team. And we have won the League Cup. This is why I'm not going to show these competitions much more. Albeit this one does clash with Europe a bit. It's the League Cup victory to go with the Shield, to go with the All-Ireland Cup. And if we can win the League, the Irish Cup and the SPFL again, could be 2 domestic clean sweeps in a row. That's not the important thing here though. We'll watch the confetti cannon, of course we'll celebrate. And no drinking tonight, lads. You've got Champions League on Wednesday. And that is where this club can make history. We have never been beyond that knockout last 32 round before. And if we win against Derry City or even draw in midweek, we're going to the last 16 for the first time. A massive moment for the Northern Irish coefficient. Let's go and skip ahead to Wednesday. We'll be back in a minute for kickoff. Well, here we go. It is fitness test time and it is a very new experience for this football club. We're going into the second leg of a Champions League knockout game and we are the favourites to win it. And for the first time, we might be getting through. Let's go and get through to the team selection and see who's fit from the weekend. Of course, there are a couple of changes expected as we're now suddenly at Windsor Park again. 9,000 fans in. I think it would be more. What is essentially an all-Northern Ireland game with Derry City being north of the border. Kyle Carr is not going to come in at left back. I've got that completely wrong. Miles Stow is going to come in at left back. Jim Morrison, Jonathan Morrison is coming in goal. Still going to call him that, aren't I? I'm going to move Dunn into the number 10. On the right, we're going to go for Paul Elliott. And then we're going to make up the rest of the bench as well. Let's get these guys in quickly. It says Harding can play here against his parent club. He's definitely not allowed to play against them. So I think we've encountered a mini glitch there. But for now, this is the team that we have chosen to go for. Everybody else is fully fit. And that means that our team for today is Morrison back in goal. Reid and Stow the fullbacks with Davis and Bird centre half. Gash, Bayavang and Dunn the midfield 3. Elliott, Scully and Vladimir the front 3. The only changes from the weekend are Elliott, Stow and Morrison. And Dunn moving into the number 10 role, where hopefully he'll be the man of the match again. With 3-2 up going into the second leg, surely we can't blow this. I mean, surely. Let's have a look at their team, which is still pretty good. Sean Ball is a big attacking threat. They've got quality in the lineup, quality on the bench. But as we saw in that cup final at the weekend, Linfield have taken one of their best attackers and we've taken one of their best young defenders. Let's go and get through the team selection now. Philip Buchanan, their goalkeeper, is the number 2 for Northern Ireland behind Hassin. So they're at that sort of level of our squad players. I'm hoping we'll have enough. Let's go and get through the music and into this big second leg against Derry City. Well, here it is. And look at the teams that are in this competition with us. I mean, Porto, I remember losing to Derry City in a final group game. Maybe they're a team we want if we get to the next round. But at half-time here, we've not had a highlight. There's only been one shot on target. I guess the flip side, the positive to take from that, Derry City have not had a shot on target. They have not threatened our goal. But do we want to take that and just accept a 1-goal win? Because it's not been a convincing performance. There's been a few yellow cards. There are some tired legs. And it only takes one moment as Morrison comes to claim the ball. Not done quite as well since his competitions come in. But he is still a big goalkeeper for this occasion. As Stow brings the ball forward from left back. 1 goal here and we can breathe. As Stow carries the ball, no one challenges him. Chips over to Vladimir. It's in for a penalty kick. He's definitely touched there. Because why on earth would he go down and stop otherwise? He's there to tap it in. No wonder, if that's not a legitimate attempt for the ball, is he going to get a bigger punishment here? Penalty needs to be given, that's the first thing, and it is. We've not got Merrival Austin on, who is by far the best penalty taker. Mark Scully is not a great one, but he has scored a lot of goals this year. Albeit, he had a poor game at the weekend, and he's had a poor moment there. What is it about the big games? Some things just aren't meant to be, are they? The Scully flicks the ball down for Gash. What a time to miss a penalty. As Damien Dunn goes wide to Elliott. We'll make changes in a minute. Elliott cuts into Gash. He's got options on the left. Vladimir's one. Two in the middle. Scully's there. Deflects into the arms of Buchanan. Oh, we can't miss chances like this. It feels like it's just one of those nights. And look at Scully's rating now. We have not seen that for a long time. I'm going to go for Misselidis through the middle. I want that brutality still. And in the attacking midfield, Damien Dunn's had a poor game. Lonsdale will come on for him. Gash is struggling, as is Bayavang. I mean, I'm not sure we've got enough subs for both of them. It's going to have to be Bayavang that comes off. We'll bring on Houston, I think. Or Morgan Griffiths, maybe. It's going to be Griffiths because he's got a better mentality. Houston's unhappy at the minute. We don't want to make that worse. So let's just stick with it that way. We're going to make the change on the right. And in fact, Jordan Howard is going to have to play out there. So that's the reason he's not up front. We've got one change remaining. 20 minutes to go. A lot of tired legs clinging on this week. We just need a moment. Derry have still not had a shot on target. But we've wasted a penalty and there's still only one goal in this, which leaves me very nervous as Stow gives the ball away. They're trying to play out from the back, Derry. The long ball forward is won by Bird. Gash gets it to Stow. Inside of Vladimir. Moment of magic, please. Shot blocked back to Gash and again to Lonsdale. The sub plays wide to Stow, but where is that creative spark? I mean, look how many Derry have got behind the ball. Lonsdale to Gash. A moment of magic would do. It's over the bar. It's out for a goal kick. With 10 to go, I am going to take him off. I know that Houston is not the happiest or the best sub for this occasion. But we've got to trust that fresh legs will get it done. Let's encourage the lads because they're playing all right. And they've reacted horrifically to that. I mean, the way the two-legged ties worked here, they don't react mentally in the way they should to the result. As Howard goes back to Bird. He carries the ball to halfway and Lonsdale. Support out wide on the right, but plays in Griffiths instead. Still playing a part in this save so many years later. Must be a testimonial point now as Lonsdale shots tip wide. That's why Buchanan's in our international squads, because he's got moments of magic in him. And he forces a brilliant save there. There's 7 minutes to go. Please let us score from the corner. Vladimir up. Davis in. What a time for your first goal of the season. Trevor Davis has been good this year. He has not replaced the aerial threat of Luke Smith from corners though, until the biggest moment of the save. We're into the last 16 of the Champions League. Trevor Davis gets his first goal for the season, and I would presume that means his first goal for the club as well. I mean, that's just huge. Absolutely huge. Let's go and give that man a pat on the back. Is it really his first goal for the club? 37th appearance. What a moment for it. Trevor Davis in the 89th minute. A Lisburn Distillery with 2 big wins against Derry City are through to the last 16. Let's go and find out who on earth we're facing, and then we'll work out when we're going to return. Well, in fact, we unfortunately don't get the answer for that because the other fixtures aren't until next week. However, Jordan Gash will be banned for the first leg of it. £8.2 million just for winning that playoff round against Derry. It's huge money into the club again and an opportunity to move to that next level. Let's have a look though at the schedule because when are those games going to be played? Right, so the first leg is at the beginning of March. The second leg is around the middle of the month. And I think if we get back to this season, what on earth we've gone back to, I don't know. That's what we're going to return for. The second leg appears to be 3 days before Coleraine. Surely the Warren Point game's got to move, albeit we have seen scheduling issues before. But 2 games at the same time would really be pushing it. So I think our next episode is the second leg of our first ever Champions League last 16 game. And Coleraine away in what is a massive game in the title race. Linfield just beat the same opponents in one of their games in hand. And at the moment, if Linfield win every game, we cannot stop them from winning the title. Between now and then, we've got a big game against them, a cup semi and quarter final in other competitions too. If you're looking forward to it and you did enjoy this one, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Two pretty efficient performances, professional jobs rather than exceptional ones. But at this stage, it's about winning. And at the moment, we are doing that on the biggest occasions. Let's see how that works out in the last 16 against what will surely be tougher opposition that finished in the top 8 of the groups. If you want to stay up to date and find out how it goes, subscribe and turn that notification bell on. We've got a less exciting youth intake to come after the joy of getting Freeman last year. So hopefully there'll be a pleasant surprise on that front, because at the moment, it does look like it's going to be average. We're also going to be back with our Bristol City save tomorrow. That Build a Nation is back with a summer transfer special. Make sure you come and join me for that one. You can catch up with the first season in the eye above, as well as the top threes, the football podcast. Thank you so much for your support with that. And the Twitch channel for regular live streams as well. What an exciting finish to the season we've got here. History made in this distillery save. But can we take the run any further? Or are we going to get spanked by one of the European giants in the next one? We'll find out in a couple of days' time.